call this meeting of the Finance Committee Subcommittee on forecasting in order at 6:06. I see in attendance Don, Ed, Kevin, Liz, Stefan, and Jim.
Thank you.
All right. I did not see an agenda. I should have had one though.
Yeah, I got one here.
So I assume the first thing is public participation and there's nothing?
There's nobody here physically.
Call to order, attendance, review of the financial forecast for fiscal year 26 and beyond.
Yeah, that's what I remember. So I think I can share a screen since I started this. I think I started this thing. And I want this one. And I brought this one up because Kevin had made a mention about our healthcare insurance.
Yeah.
And I think I have 5.5%. And Kevin is saying, no, I think we need to go a little higher than that.
Double the 5.5.
I'm hearing double digits.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the same thing.
Yeah, and I've got my forecast at 11.5%.
11.5. So I've got
Yeah,
7. I got 7 right now for fiscal 27. So you're thinking 11?
yeah. I mean, I was at a conference with a lot of my peers last week, and they're all looking anywhere between 10 and 12%.
Yeah.
It's really ugly.
You know,
So
the only,
Yeah.
Hold
So
on,
how much,
Kevin's going to say something. Good, Kevin.
the only thing that could change, which I don't know if it's gonna have an effect, the weight loss drugs that is supposedly lowering the prices, which is one of the main drivers for this increase.
Yeah.
But even with that, you never know
Yeah.
if it's gonna come.
What's the population of people on healthcare between retirees and employees approximately? Any idea?
Let's see, 800?
Okay, so you get 800.
Well.
yeah, that sounds
800
about right.
plans.
I just wondering, like, what's the percentage of the 800 that are on these weight loss drugs and how substantial is that on a population basis? But I was just curious.
Well,
I don't
you wouldn't get that, and they just set the premiums aggregate, you know?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
So,
I know-
so
I was just
So-
just gonna say, as an anecdote, my company, we just had open enrollment and we went up 8%, 7 or 8%. Yeah, and we're 4,500 people. Or plus campus, 9,000.
So
so
what are you thinking, Kevin and Liz?
I think 11.
11?
11's good. I was gonna say like Ed, 10 to 12,
Mm-hmm.
absent any major changes, but that's what the word on the street is right now.
So let's figure this out. So for the fiscal year 25, which I brought up on the screen, we're at 14,643. How much should we end up coming back on healthcare again? It was like 400?
Well, approximately 400 we gave back.
Yeah, it's 400 back. All right, so then we had, so that says we get 14,243. So for 26, we're assuming 16,318. Is that still a decent number?
It should be close.
That should be. What's the percent increase?
That's a 14.5% increase over what we actually spent in 25.
Yeah, that's gonna be in the ballpark, I think.
Yeah,
Okay, so if we get nothing back for 26, so I take 16,318, and you're saying we're gonna maybe 11% over that. So that gets us 18.1. Do you think that's reasonable, Kevin, Liz? Don? I'm looking at Don.
yeah, I mean, it's a roll of the dice at this point.
Yeah, absent any major changes or, right now, I didn't think that they were talking about any, modifications to plan designs. So I would say yes.
All right. Ooh-wee. All right, let's see what that does.
And one thing I do want to point out, Dan, and, you know, I know it's missed, when we talk about the schools quite a bit, you know, 2/3 of that increase, it's school related.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
the school can come in and say, you know, I know we're supposed to come in at 4%, but we have to come in at 5.
Mhm.
It's 5% plus
Oh, yeah.
2/3 of the health insurance budget.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's-
yeah,
It's a big ask.
it is a big ask. All right, so.
Can we
looking
look can we look at revenue for next year? Can we start there? Or do you got other things you
Sure.
want to hit on first?
No, that's fine. I just know that the healthcare is the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So here's a revenue side.
So these 26 numbers are the latest updates? Oh, no, we finished what? Those are 25 numbers.
That's 25. This
Yeah.
is 26. Well, this is 26. I think we're getting 26.
Yep.
And what's the 2 million beginning in 27?
here-
The Quinn bill trash fee, what's the,
Oh.
we're talking-
We talked about putting in a trash fee. If that doesn't
Real estate
happen,
bill.
oh, okay.
so I take out the trash fee and this is what we look like.
Yeah, well, I mean, does the trash fee even have any traction? I mean, how's that gonna grow?
Well, I know before Steve left.
Right.
He was beating that drum.
Yeah.
That,
He was.
Yeah.
I don't know how far he got though.
and
Well, that's the question.
that's
What-
the concern, that everyone really has to be on the same page on that. Even have potential.
It does need to be a reality one day soon, for sure. I mean, it's not sustainable.
Right.
What about the Municipal Empowerment Act? Because there's serious discussion going on right now. I don't know what the tolerance of the community is for that. So you've got proposal to raise the meals tax from 0.75% to 1%. The hotel motel
Well,
from,
those are the optional ones that
yeah, 6
state
to
is-
7%. And then I think less popular is the motor vehicle excise, where you get a $5% surcharge on the bill. So, I mean, I'm projecting that out in my projection in the event that the community, if that passes, that is a revenue. That might be a little bit more palatable than the trash fee.
Mhm.
So we get about $1 million between hotel and meals. Are we talking an increase like to 1.2 million if we did something like that? If I did the math right, 1.2 million, 1.3 million?
Yeah, you're probably raising 200,000 or 300,000. I didn't do the math on that, but
Yeah.
and that's the meals, right? So the hotel motel,
Yeah, it's about,
do you have one hotel in the city or two in the town?
several.
Two.
Oh, you have several.
No, just two.
What's that?
2 hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the head of
That would go 6 to 7%.
so you're still looking at maybe 1 million, instead of $1 million, $1.2 million or 1.3 million. Well,
But
right now,
again, what's the flavor for that? Because that will go through the town council, correct? Or what?
That would have to
Town
be
meeting.
Town meeting.
It's town meeting.
Yeah, but pushed by town council or someone.
Yeah, it's meals and hotel, mostly affecting businesses.
Yeah.
I just think it's a little bit more palatable than the trash fee, which I know would be very difficult because I would think to get through.
Yeah, I mean, you raised a good point earlier about the Prop 2.5 override hit coming in, the timing sucks to talk about a track.
It's the fourth, in 40 years, this is the first time I've heard any serious discussion
What I mean is the school tax increase is coming,
What,
which the
Oh, yeah.
community has to absorb.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, we would talk about a trash increase.
Yeah.
That town meeting would be colorful.
Would be difficult.
oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, but I get it. Yeah.
So Melrose just passed their 2.5.
Yeah, in
Right.
fact,
Operationally
by margin.
for operations,
Yes.
Yeah, one of my staff people.
base budget.
That, was a big,
Yeah.
big person. She lives in Melrose. Yeah.
But it is for not for schools or anything. It's just for the operation budget.
Well, it's the schools that really drive it, that's
So they had, if they had multiple
multiple tiers, yeah.
tiers,
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think the top tier passed,
yeah, they did.
so.
And again, that's an override to support these budgets, not a school, not something in particular. This is an operational
Yes.
override to pay for day-to-day expenses.
That's right.
Yeah, and Stoneham has the same thing coming up this week.
Yeah.
What's Stoneham doing?
They've an operational override this week on the
Really?
ballot. Yeah,
On the ballot. Wow.
I think they dropped it down quite a bit, though.
Yes, because last year failed.
so, but they've got multiple tiers too.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I think they've got two questions, so they've got like a
You want
9
this,
million,
this or that?
9 million or a 12 million, so.
Interesting. All right, so no trash for 27's projection. So you got a $3 million deficit. Is that what I see?
That's what you see.
So go back to state and local receipts and stuff relative to last year. So 25 actuals, you had 12.5, and then future 27, you're dropping it down $1 million. Why are we doing that?
Because of the interest we're earning on the school bond money.
Yeah.
At the high school.
Yep. Okay, so once you stop paying that out, you're not gonna get that windfall.
Right. So then I dropped down to 11.5. And it's a big windfall if you remember the graph on
Yeah.
the PowerPoint for tri-board meeting. Oh, yeah, we have to bring that up. I haven't seen anything on tri-board, Liz. Yeah, so that's why the drop is the interest on the high school money.
Okay. And then what's that growth year over year on the rest of the story?
I think it's like 4%.
Okay.
Let me double check that.
And then the free cash that was used just at most recent town meeting, is that in there?
Local receipts, dum, 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 dum.
What percent?
So the free cash that was used is right there, 4,050,000.
Got it. Thanks.
So we run out of money in 30.
Yep. Okay.
One other scary thought. I always think of the scary things that could happen. We haven't had a snow and ice overdraft
Mhm.
in
5, 7,
5 years,
6.
6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite,
You know,
yeah,
you
long
get a
time.
bad winter,
Yeah, that'll be $1 million.
easy.
Yeah.
So these numbers just, they're scary numbers. It tells me that, for the tri-board meeting, Liz, I need to send you a new forecast.
Okay,
The draft went out today. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
No. I'll forward it to you. I got an email. I assumed it went to you. I'm sorry. I looked at it last night, I think,
Yeah, tri-board slide package.
yesterday.
What, last night?
Yesterday. Did you see it?
It maybe came through, I didn't
Fine.
open it though.
I don't see it.
Did it come from Sharon?
Yeah, I'm looking.
I get it.
Yeah, they sent something out last night.
I got something from Sherry. Don asked for the forecast.
Tri-board meeting,
I got
oh,
something.
she doesn't, She doesn't identify who it went to.
It's all,
It didn't come to me. Who sent it?
Sherry,
I can send it to you right now.
you got it? I got it here. Go ahead, you got it. Sherry sent it yesterday,
It was BCC to people.
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who it went to.
What time?
Right.
I just,
10:51 AM.
No,
I just sent it to you.
thank you.
how big is it? It's 12 megabytes. That could be why some people aren't getting it. Sometimes you don't get over more than 10, depending upon what year. But you guys should see it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in the
Yeah.
same building.
I don't have it.
Oh, Stefan's just arrived. I got it now.
Can you forward it stuff on to Kevin and I?
Yep.
I was just gonna do that.
Someone?
I got you. I'll get Kevin. I got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send, Liz, I'll send you some new slides for page 34 and 35.
Mass now? Or wakefield.gov.
WakefieldMA.gov.
No, yeah, I get
Okay,
Yeah.
Dan, I heard you.
Kevin in there.
Okay.
so-
Well, I mean, I won't send it until everybody's agreed that what I've got here is our best guess. So we killed the trash fee. That hurt. Healthcare hurt. And by the way, we should also talk about the schools.
Yeah,
Right
so
now
I had a conversation with schools. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right now I've got a 4.9% in there for schools. What do you think?
Let me review my notes that I took. So they had 4% COLA last year. It's 3.5% this year. It's a 5% increase on contractual salary obligations by itself, approximately.
What was that again? That number?
What's that? The increase?
Just contractual.
5%. It's basically around 5% for salary alone. And you know, I talked to Doug at town meeting and then I talked to Christine. And there's a few other notes in here, but it's not that important. She hasn't even really talked to the school board about it, but I said, I'm going to finance committee. I need to know, something to start with. There's 60 people that have filed an intent to increase their education to be able to move a column.
Right, yeah, they call
So,
it, yeah,
The
lane.
steps and lanes, or
Steps and
so
lanes.
steps that, they move the steps every year, but if they
Yep.
get 30 more hours of education, they move the column. The
Yep.
typical Mass Teacher Association, it's a collective bargaining agreement, as you all know. So that's a $330,000 change, she believes, year over year. For Unit A, the portion of the budget, if it's 58 or whatever it is, 34 million is is Unit A. Again, I'm just giving you the raw numbers. And what we have, 58 million last year or something, Dan, I thought.
For a 25 is 44 million for personal services.
Yeah. So, Unit A, the teachers is 34 million alone. I don't know if that's this year, and they haven't really, I don't think she's, built out next year yet. I think she was speaking about what she had available, so.
Yeah, for fiscal year 26, it's 46.8 is the total for personal services. So my
Yep.
guess, the number she gave you was the 26 number for A.
Yeah. Yeah, for Unit A. And again, there's no contract negotiations, which could be classified as good news, I guess, but that's it.
So yeah, they're like
So-
71% of the personal services.
Yeah. They're not gonna come in under 5 unless they have a lot of available funds, which I don't know that they have or they don't have. I'm just,
Well,
Well,
maybe,
I
well,
don't
they
know what you
also,
want.
they have $8 million.
We lost him.
Yep. Go ahead, Dan. We just lost you for a minute. Can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. I'm just saying that they also have 8.6 million on other expenses. So if they
We
hold the
lost,
line.
we lost
little-
the share, the share of your screen. Sorry.
Oh, the share stopped. Okay. God
I
damn
didn't
it.
get it to anything more than that. I just wanted to have something to make us all aware of.
They mention anything about retirements, potential savings from retirements?
Um,
They don't want to calculate that.
no, they do calculate that. I think she just gave me all the bad news she could find.
Set the stage.
And the teacher contract ends in 27.
I think the 4.9% probably works because of the other expenses. But I could round it to 5.
Yeah, again, it's too early. They haven't done, well, anyway, not that it's too early, but that was the information that I was able to get. You know, they have revolving accounts. I don't have those numbers. I've just been too damn busy to get it and share it with you guys, which I will. But, you know, she's trying to get those revolving accounts to not go to zero for the next 2 fiscal years. So using some is what she claimed. But again, I don't have any of that information. So. That was it, Dan.
All right. I'll leave the 4.9 in there for now.
Yep. So is there any other income that would be of interest that we haven't we're underestimating that we need to consider?
Yeah, Kevin, or Liz, how does our 12.969 look for local receipts
For
for
this year?
26?
You
It's
got
early,
the
I know.
3/4 in, I think you said. I mean, first
Yeah.
quarter in.
We're running ahead first quarter.
Building permits aren't coming in like they have the past
Mhm.
couple years. But I think with the monies that we borrowed in our motor vehicle excise is decent. You know, we should make that number.
So the new construction,
That's already in here.
yeah,
Yeah,
is
16.
that the building permits?
Right.
No.
Building
That's
permits is
That's
different.
new growth.
New growth, that's new growth, though, so that's
Okay.
tax revenue.
Got it.
I can bring up the local receipts for 25 if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, why don't you bring it up, Dan?
Okay.
Do receipts generally follow a trend throughout the year so that you could kind of extrapolate historical data forward?
Does motor vehicle excise especially because the biggest billing goes out typically February, March. So, you know, it may be low right now, but then it, you know, picks up March, April, May. So,
But then you get building permits that
yeah.
the head of the light comes in, they pull a permit that's $1.5 million.
Yeah.
It's a one-time shot
Right.
that, then you collect it in February.
Yeah.
So it.
It's a trend. It's hard to follow that type of a trend.
Trend you can't get, like motor vehicle is pretty steady.
Yep.
Investment income is pretty steady, with the exception of the monies that we borrow. Once that's spent down,
Right.
that's gonna keep decreasing.
Can you see the spreadsheet for local receipts?
No.
No.
Okay, I have to stop sharing that. And I wasn't sure if I could just switch spreadsheets that you'd get it, but apparently not.
Yeah, there's a choice to share all of it and then you can pick up whichever one you want, Dan, but you'll be fine if it's only the 2 of them.
What we reported.
Yep, we got it.
You got it now?
Didn't include the money that,
So you
Thank
can,
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, look at the
So
yellow.
Okay.
It's,
I
it
wasn't
wouldn't,
sure.
it wouldn't raise it.
Yeah, the investment income. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what really jumps out. But if you take away the yellow, like it used to be, yellow used to be really small. Now this all gets a lot smaller. It's down less than 10
Yeah.
million.
Yeah, and last year goes down year over year, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it does.
Development slowed down, right? So building permits are not coming in. There's no other big developments projected that you can think of.
Nothing like the head of the lake.
Right.
Yeah, well, yeah, the few and far between. What's the building permit rate? What does Wakefield charge? I'm just curious.
No, top of my head, I'm not sure.
That is something that we discussed last year with Steve,
Yes.
was doing a fee analysis for, all of our things that we charge for.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that landed.
I think that would be a good thing to
Mhm.
do. Like on the building permits, I think, as you know, in Somerville, we have two rates. Anything over 100,000
Mhm.
costs, you don't want to hit the small homeowner. It's $1 more, so that brings in some good revenue. It's a two-tier building permit rate. You don't want to hit the small homeowner, but you want to get the big developers, I
Mhm.
mean, it's worth,
Yeah.
legally, you charge the cost of administrating, and you can't go beyond that in terms of these rates, but worth looking at.
Mhm.
So Dan, the percentages at the bottom of the spreadsheet, are those year over year changes, the 12.1, for example? Doesn't seem like it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's off by 1 year. I didn't update that.
no, that's fine. I was just wondering what it was. That was all.
Yeah, if I do this. So motor vehicle 2.3, I can
Yep.
just march it across.
Okay.
Yeah.
No marijuana dispensaries in the town? It's not possible, so.
I know an attorney that was working on it, but it's come and gone. That's a saturated industry, right?
Yeah.
The state ruined that.
Oh.
There's too many dispensaries. Yeah.
I lost you for a second.
Go ahead, Don.
We lost a share again, Dan.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
So what was the impact of the trash strike? So was there expense or?
That they're still working that through, that they're trying to recoup it through
Claim?
provider, so.
Yeah, they rented several trucks. They paid overtime, things like that. I talked to Joe briefly about it, or Ariane, I think I talked to, but
Yeah,
So
So
are we gonna be held harmless or is it gonna be
that's still up in the air, so it's, Joe's. I think has his number of what he spent. And the question is, are we getting credits on future bills to,
help offset it or what's going on.
and
Yeah.
is there some type of an agreement of what the shared expense is gonna be?
throw in the legal expenses too? We had legal expenses too, I think.
Small ones.
All right.
All right. Well, I mean, the scary part about this to me is that I might be too optimistic for income in 27. Local receipts at 11.5. I mean, looking at that graph, that feels optimistic, too optimistic.
We always seem to come in higher than we project.
It does, but I mean, I'm looking at this graph and saying you get rid of the yellow
No, I know.
and get back to normal on the yellow. It's like, we're in trouble.
Well, the thing with the yellow though, Dan, is, prior. Going back to what fiscal 21, 20, the rates that we were getting for interest at the bank were, 0.5%.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
No,
now at least it's 3.5%, 4%. So it is.
Yeah.
Much higher.
all right.
So-
So once all the bills are paid for the high school, what kind of carrying balance are we going to have that would get 3.5%? Are you talking like $1 million in the bank, $10 million?
Is there another bond coming?
No.
We've got everything we were getting for the school.
I think there's
Small.
like 10 to 12 million that we could borrow. But that's like the contingency
Yeah.
for the school
Yeah.
that if we don't need to, we
Right.
wouldn't.
So the big inflow has come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin, to your point, if you go look back to say 13, when the interest rates were higher, 14 were higher, we're getting, 200, there's a 500, there's 100. Here's where the interest rates were really low, 21, 22. But still, if you're only talking about a couple 100,000,
Right.
that's not going to make up for the 2.5 million that we got for 25. I mean, that's going to cut local receipts down to, you're lucky to get $10 million in 27.
So what if you leave it flat?
I mean, I might be going back to somewhere around, somewhere between 9 and 10 based on this graph and the history.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm siding with Kevin on local receipts.
Well, that's that
You know what finally happened, Dan?
Oh, man.
well, I don't well anyway. Yeah, why don't we go back to the other spreadsheet? What do we got in there then?
11.5. Let me go back.
$11,500.
Yeah.
27.
11.5.
That's $1 million less because of the interest, is what we had talked about.
I think it's going to have to be more than that.
Even if you went to 11.
I just think with all the other components, well, anyway, we always seem to undershoot this, and then we paint a doom and gloom picture, and then we either get lucky or we were wrong, however you want to slice it. Just, I find that seems to happen, but anyway.
It's like forecasting the weather.
Come on, I don't want to feel like I'm wasting our time here.
I mean, all we can do is give it our best estimate. That's all we can do.
No, I know, exactly.
So outside of the trash fee, and local receipts, what other opportunities do we have? So the
State aid.
pilot,
State
aid.
aid.
What do you hear about state aid?
Donate.
Roll the dice. Now, it's an election year, which is a good thing for the governor. But you're not getting full story here. First of all, they held back on the earmarks, and now you got the earmarks, all right? And the A&F secretary is basically saying, we'll watch things, so I don't think you're gonna get a good read until January, when they do their consensus forecast, but I'm looking at, for me, I'm looking at 2%, you know?
What do you got in there, Dan, for a forward?
I'll tell you here in a second.
You're
State
not gonna
receipt,
do it.
I got 4.
I think that's a little high.
Oh, terrific. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
We were so low last year. Maybe.
Well, it was 1.1% on the unrestricted general government aid. They did 150 per pupil in chapter 70. I don't think it's not gonna be 150 again.
Yeah.
They've got the Trump big beautiful bill. There's the impact on that. They get plenty of money in reserves, but really the question is politically, it is an election year. So
Tomorrow?
oh yeah, and she's got opponents, and you got these overrides. So I have to think they're gonna have to, the legislators are gonna put forward something. I'm just being conservative at 2. Might be a little, maybe 2.5. I don't know, but
On the other side too, you have the federal
Yeah.
government that's really like Massachusetts is like one of the top targets.
Well, it's the Medicaid. I mean, that's, how are they gonna deal with that, they're gonna backstop Mass Health as best they can,
I'm gonna kill stabilization. I'd like to put money in there, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, exactly.
Oof.
Were we able to put money in stabilization this past year?
No. Stabilization hasn't received money for, the last time we got any money is 100 grand in 23.
Jesus, yeah.
And you see 0 and 0 in 21, 22.
What are we putting in OPEB?
We cut that back a bunch.
For this year as well?
We cut it back from 1 million down to 500,000.
Yeah. Same thing this year, for next year, yeah.
Where
Well,
does
I
that show up on here, Dan?
For 27, I'd say I left it
Okay.
at 500,000.
A tab called C. All right, and on the biggest sheet, do we see it on the grand total document somewhere?
Which was, see what?
The OPEB charge.
Yeah, well, it's right here in C, it's 500,000.
No, I get that. I got it. Okay.
What
So
number
it-
is carried over to the?
It's under benefits and admins.
Right, it carries over, the 29 million carries over into the grand totals up here.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
Benefits and admin, 29 million, it's right there.
Thank you. Yep. Okay,
So
4% increase against a 2%, 4.7% expense increase against a 2% revenue increase.
Yeah,
That's some easy math.
so
So next year we need we need to pay for our trash.
so the white department, is that set in stone or is that something that's negotiable?
I think 27's for last year
Mhm.
and the agreement
yeah.
needs to be renewed.
I think what I have is after 27, it looks like a 3% increase.
That is an uphill swim. It'd be nice to think we could get an extra 500,000 from them, but I just don't see it happening. We got to go back to the well and have those discussions again. But
You get to see their financial statements, don't you?
they're a pretty independent group.
They provide them to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They
they,
don't play, yeah, they don't play well in the sandbox. They don't share.
yeah, they don't make in excess of what they are. They have an obligation to make less than X. I think it's 8% or something. And they come in under that. So because they come in under that, that's their, anyway, that's a shell game, but
Yeah.
they do a good job at it. But the point is, how do they come in under it, for example, if they're gonna be over, they give away all the trucks and they buy new trucks. Everybody works Saturday towards the end of the year. Never seen any of this done before in my career, but
Well, I mean, is there some sort of analysis that can be done, like the assessor?
He's done that.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not done on an asset, it's not done on an asset basis. I mean, they have all of that, but that's not how they're not a public utility, so they don't pay taxes against their assets. It's,
Yeah, I guess this is in lieu of taxes, but
No,
what
correct.
would that tax like actually be?
oh,
You know?
pretty big number, but they depreciate their equipment,
Yeah.
on a pretty decent schedule as well, but again, anyway, that's the utility. I don't think we could get a $500,000 more out of it after we negotiate, Donna. I think we're gonna get a 3% increase instead of a 2, or a 3.5 instead of a 3. And then.
Yeah.
They don't, not to say they don't answer to anybody, but that they have their board and they answer to the ratepayers and they did an analysis, Stefan, of other communities and everything like that. And,
Like municipal light departments and all that.
yeah, and the, what do you call them? The consultants were all former municipal light managers and employees. It was, It was the fox garden, the hen house, is what it was.
I had the right consultants.
Yeah, they did things right. And again, never seen that before a day in my life. It was just like, oh my God, you know, you could see, anyway, yes, you can get them to do work like that. But we're not gonna get an extra $500,000 out of them. I couldn't imagine it, but and I went to it, we were part of that, and we should go back and visit and get a small group to go visit them on the table for a little while. Well, so,
Well, this was uplifting.
yeah. I think local receipts could go up another 400 or 500, but that's just my opinion. I say that every time we meet, Dan. Because
Yeah,
it just,
I think 11 is, my 11 here is optimistic.
yeah,
Mm.
all right.
Because I think, aren't the, Kevin, in terms of the bond payments and so forth, I think by the end of 26, we're gonna be, I have a very low balance in the bank, right?
What do you mean the end of far?
The end of fiscal year
By town
26,
Oh, from
June
what we
30th.
borrowed?
yeah, June
The-
30th.
The school is gonna go online in
January.
January
Of 27.
7.
27. So
No,
I would assume,
Yeah, you're gonna be paying payments through 26. And
right,
you'll have a final payment sometime in 27 after they're open.
right, punch list.
Punchless, yeah.
25% or 20% held back or whatever the contract is. So a lot of it's gonna go in 26 is what you're saying.
yeah, exactly. So when we get to 27, there's gonna be very low interest.
Right,
In-
You get half a year of.
yeah,
Maybe a
Right.
half a year for a few bucks.
yeah, and a declining interest rate
Exactly.
potentially.
Yep.
Yeah,
So what percentage of the project gets paid out from July 1st to the school opening? Any idea?
I wanna say it's
I don't know.
probably,
There's some holdback.
There's gonna be a holdback and you won't get the reimbursement from the MSBA. It could be 2-3 years down the
Yeah,
line.
right.
yeah. We can figure those questions.
Yeah, you'll probably have half and then a declining half. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, not to use easy numbers, but it would seem like, you know, they're gonna have to reach a certain number of milestones and a lot of the disciplines of close to completion. We could ask that guy, Joe Bertrand, about that.
So you said that's a MSBA, doesn't.
Yeah, you're gonna hold back, what, 5%?
Mhm.
Or
It-
5%?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna audit you, but you're not gonna get that last 5%. In my case, in one of the schools was like 4 years.
Oh.
So it's a couple of years at least before you're gonna get that.
Okay, but it's just that 5%.
Yeah, 5% retainage.
Okay.
And who does the audit? Is it the school building or is it the?
Well, it's the
auditors or-
MSBA, then I don't know how they're handling now, whether they haven't, and I don't know how the firm come out, is it,
That's what they've done.
yeah.
Dan, the debt service, you've got that lined up appropriately, right? I assume for our cost for debt service, that's usually straightforward for us, right? For you?
let's see, debt service. Debt fund. I have for 26, 3 million, and then for 27, 2,648,219. I think I got that right off of the spreadsheet.
Okay. Yep.
Ballpark.
I can double check that.
Okay.
And where does the school debt show up?
Looping back to some of the,
The debt,
In the debt fund?
yeah, the debt service. The school, the cost of the school is in that debt service fund, right? Dan?
no, because that's outside 2.5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
7 million,
I say,
we
I
raise it, but
wish-
it's outside, so it's not included here.
yeah, that's
So-
not, it's not in here.
Go down.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an override.
Yeah, this is paying for all the non-overrides. Right.
Yeah, it's general.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So where does that, so is that the Where does that show up on here?
It doesn't show
The
up.
high school
It doesn't
payment,
show up on.
the Galvin payment, the high school payment doesn't
because
show
it's
up.
outside 2.5, so it's basically, you raise it, you pay it out, so it's a wash.
It's not part of the general budget.
Well, I
Right.
guess there's a time lag between the time that you raise the funds and when you make the payments, right? That's what this huge interest.
Yes.
big
Right, so
investments,
like on the-
this is,
On the actual tax bills that are coming out later this year,
Mm-hmm.
that will have $7 million worth of debt service.
Yep.
That's why everyone's tax bills are gonna be going.
Up $1,000.
Right.
Plus or minus.
I guess could the analysis be made given the amount of inflows or the timing of the inflows versus compared to the timing of the outflows? And then to determine what your interest income is gonna be during that time frame. I guess to better land on what our,
Well, yeah, but our
Investment
debt,
income is gonna be-
the tax increases for 20 years, right?
Right.
Right.
So the inflow is low relative to the whole. If it's split over 20 years per household. It's 1/20th.
Yep.
Right?
yeah, no, I just mean like, how much interest all of our bond inflows are gonna be generating before we have to pay those amounts out to the.
That's what Don was just asking about, if you're paying like, you're paying closer towards the end of the year when you get some front end interest or not. How, and that's an answer really from the the building committee on how that schedule is.
Okay,
But that's the question.
yeah.
How long is it gonna stay in the bank, basically?
Was it like $2 million that we got? 2.4,
2.5.
2.5, but
Oh,
a 100 million less.
Yeah.
Like we just got 100 million in bond, right?
sure, but the 2.5 is not all driven just by the borrowing from the high school project.
Right, that's-
Like, we have other money that, is earning interest as well.
But there's like retirement funds.
Not retirement. but
No, but
All,
we, just
all
our
other town
cash.
funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any cash, any
cash on
activity.
hand.
Yeah,
Motor
so,
vehicle excise.
yeah,
Real estate taxes, I mean, we can have a good amount on hand at,
Any given time.
mhm.
yeah. I would guess the total 2.5 million, probably 2.2 of that was the high school, and we have a residual, it's probably 300,000 for the other stuff.
And the cherry sheet offsets, there's a slide in the, a couple of slides in the PowerPoint for the tri-board meeting. That's going up as usual. I think there was more charges for, charter schools or something.
I've got 79,000 for this year and 81 for 27.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be too low.
Yeah, I don't have the facts. I just saw it as a sort of a snippet of information. Sorry.
Not if they don't give you enough.
Yeah, they can't take away what they don't give you.
Mhm.
That's an awful statement.
Going back to the school budget, that, I do want to point out, and I think I've told Jim or, at the end of the school year, the school does prepay sped tuitions
Mm-hmm.
to a decent amount. This past year was $500,000. So at the end of their budget, at the end of the fiscal year, they're sitting on $500,000 and they're saying, well, I can turn it back to the town, or I can prepay sped tuitions for next year. Prepay sped tuitions next year.
Right.
Legally, they can do it.
Right, yeah.
So it's their choice. But if they didn't have it, they couldn't do it. So if you don't give them 5% and you gave them 4%, they wouldn't have that $500,000 at the end of the year. Do you know what I mean? That it's,
Yeah, and I get it. But if they don't prepay it, expenses are higher next year,
a little bit higher next year.
right?
That usually the contracted rate will probably go up some.
Yeah.
So there is a savings. by
Yeah.
Prepaying.
Right. My discussion has always been, when do you pull a Band-Aid off? So if you don't do it this year and you give the money back, well, then they're gonna look for more money in their budget because they didn't prepay.
Right.
I feel like it's a yin yang.
Yeah.
It's kind of this running thing, and if you stop it, then there's a different discussion. I'm not disagreeing with you,
Right.
but it's like,
Oh, no,
I feel like it's gonna get beaten out of me one way or the other.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I think Dan had mentioned this last year, but for all those prepayments that go into the school budget every year, we increase the budget by whatever it is, even if any increase, right?
Yeah.
It's an increase on payments that we're making for the future. And so whenever we do that increase, it's on an inflated value. And so the next year's budget is therefore inflated by just a tiny bit more, but every year, and they've been probably doing this for 20 years. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that ends up being like a huge chunk of change.
Hmm.
But if we just say, we're in this situation right now, a lot of unknowns, whatever. Like I was mentioning when we met with the schools, like we were talking about having a problem this year, like this upcoming year. But I kind of wanted to reframe the conversation like, hey, we have a problem today. And it would benefit all of us if the school returned money a lot more than what it did this past fiscal year.
Right.
Right? Don't pay as much of those things up front or load up your encumbrances towards the end of the year. But they didn't. So yeah, I guess like when do we stop? Do we stop? I don't
Right.
know.
As long as we're talking about schools, on the regional vote tech, right? We took a big hit in 25 at 1361. And then I knocked it, then the new number came in for 26, about almost a 4% increase. So are we on the VOC and the construction of the new VOC? Kevin, are we still okay with the 4% increase over the current year? And I'm thinking about the construction. I'm not talking about, number of kids, because obviously the number of kids that go there from Wakefield has a big impact.
Yeah,
But let's assume
I'd have to double check to see how they were borrowing for the school, if they were borrowing it all at once, or were they borrowing it over a period of years? Like, did they borrow it similar to us with the high school? Did we borrow half 1 year? And are we gonna get hit with another?
I recall we had a fixed assessment that we were given,
Yes,
right, for the
That was
for the students.
construction,
the construction, wasn't it 800,000 or something?
800 and something thousand.
Yes, it was 800,000.
800 and something thousand for 10 years, maybe. For construction assessment across the 12 communities.
That's correct. North
I
I
Reading,
don't know how many it was, how many years.
North Reading had a fixed amount as well. so.
I think it was.
I don't know how many years, but it was
Projected out, it was projected out at 800,000
For
for
X-
Wakefield
for X number of
for a
years.
period of years.
Yeah.
So
So if that's baked in, which I don't know if it is, or where that
I-
is, Dan.
yeah, I don't know that it is. I mean, we took the big hit in 25 of only 300,000. And then for 26, we just got a normal 4% increase. So I wonder if 27 is going to have another big hit. That's my question.
I can check with Jerry. Oh,
I thought the debt service is borne by the communities that send the students. No,
Based on, yes,
it is.
based on
Yeah.
that
it is.
Based on the
Yes,
head count.
Yes.
head count split, and that could change every year.
No, they were doing it at like, this is the average of how many students you've had, and then this will be your fixed amount.
Right. Yeah, and he did some presentations last year and then they voted on it. In one community didn't approve it, but
Yeah.
it got worked out.
So other communities went to override to fund it, I think.
For the Vogue?
the vote,
I don't know.
I don't know.
because we're building it within our 2.5.
Correct.
Correct.
Communities did have to vote for it because we were a member community. But I don't know if any of them.
It wasn't that big of a number. I mean, it's 800,000, but
Right.
I'd
Yeah,
be
I don't know that they
surprised that
did.
they did an override just for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they did.
But it was voted at town meeting or by select boards or whoever they
Yeah.
have.
Well, it was a ballot question. It was
Or
for the school.
was it a state ballot question, you mean, or was it a town meeting discussion?
No, we had to vote on it at the polls.
Yeah, all communities.
Yeah, sorry. Yep, you're right.
Oh.
All right, well, you're gonna double check that, Kev, I guess, on our expenses for the schools?
Yep.
All right. Any other good news, Dan?
Yeah, just thinking, what other ugliness can I find? Go back to the totals.
So I have a question for you, Dan, on the capital. So are we just plugging a number? Because your capital tab here looks like it stopped in 26, so.
Capital, we have 2.153 in 26, and then 2.2 in 27. It just,
I think you're saying your historical information is not up to date. Is that what you meant, Don?
So the tab you've got on capital 5-year,
capital 5-year, where,
There it is. Fourth one over from the right.
on the bottom.
Separate sheet,
Separate.
tab, the tab.
tab. Oh, I haven't touched that in years.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's,
I mean, they're looking for more money. I talked to him as well, not me personally, but at some point I had a conversation with him. He didn't reach out to me, but I know. Who was talking to me about that?
Joe?
Yeah, it might have been. Might have been
Yeah.
Joe, but no, I
Yeah,
think it was somebody on the committee, but anyway.
Yeah, somebody, there's.
Oh, you know what it was? You know what it was? We interviewed a gentleman, in case we had openings. Every year we interview people whether we have openings or not. And one of them was from the capital planning committee. He smiled and said, "We're looking for, a lot more money this year, by the way." That's how we start. That's how we started the interview.
No, thank you. Get in line, get in line.
And that capital number, we vote to borrow for a new fire truck. It's capital, but it's not included as part of that capital.
Yeah.
No,
So, and the
But
capital
Kevin,
committee doesn't see it as really,
Increase to them.
so the thought process was, should we be taking the debt service payments from that capital?
Yeah.
but Kevin,
We could
Yep.
appropriate it
Yep.
that way.
so one of my, if you remember one of the line graphs I have, it had 4 lines on it, and one of those lines was a capital, like the 2 million, plus
Right.
our bond payments. So
Right,
I show the total, and as a percentage, it's like 10% or so of our
Yeah.
budget.
because you got the road bonds,
Yeah.
fire trucks,
Yeah,
the salt shed,
But those were
Right.
all articles at one point.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
The capital outlay article,
No, and then that ends up being in the debt service within the 2.5,
exactly.
right? Those
Yes.
loans, those borrowings.
and the road bonds, we did, what, 10 million at one point? And so is there something that shows where we stand with that? 10 million,
I get that from Joe.
have we tapped it?
Oh, yeah.
So we've tapped,
Yeah, I think,
is it tapped out or are we still?
It's 2 million a year, right?
yeah, we did it. We did it in quarters. And I know we bought at least 3.
I don't
I
know.
think I'd have to check to see if we borrowed the 4. I think
Can you guys see this? So
Yep.
these are, for example, here's a drainage. And I got a bunch of them that are hidden here. Let me unhide those. So this goes back to, Dover, Woodville,
Right.
drainage, recreation bond. So we keep track of all that good stuff.
So Dan, on the bottom of that sheet, if you scroll down to the left, so there's like 4 new projects and 8 new, yeah, those are the projects that, drainage, DPW facility, roads,
Those were all part of a capital decision.
right?
Correct.
Those were articles that were done
Right,
that weren't part of the capital outlay.
Right,
right.
But
And it's quite a bit here.
right.
Walton School,
Public service, road, 2.5 are roads, Greenville roof, Greenwood roof. I guess that's, you don't have numbers for like the salt shed.
You can get rid of the fuel island, I think.
All right,
and, there's a couple things like, what's gonna happen to Butler Ave? We borrowed, clean it up,
Mhm.
cap it.
There's no activity out there yet.
No, I lost you.
That I think that
You see it.
the final capping is close,
Okay,
but the decision,
what to do with it?
what to do with it after, we sell it and replenish
Something.
something that we could put into the debt service fund
Mhm.
to make it be able to fund
Yeah.
these types of projects.
As much as I hate to say this, but I think the $500,000 to OPEB is gonna go away.
Mm.
And when you sell it, you could replenish OPEB. We could use OPEB as a reserve, because the other thing we can do with the OPEB account, which is, what is it, 8 million or so?
We're gonna have to tap into it.
We can tap it to pay retiree medical costs. In other words, we can bring that 11% increase down to something more reasonable by tapping the OPEB fund to pay retiree medical.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's one of the selling points I did, 10 years ago, was the fact that you can really treat it as reserve because it doesn't have the same rules as retirement under Chapter 32. There's no requirement to fund it, and there's nothing that says you can't, you're supposed to tap it to pay benefits.
Mhm.
Right.
I have one community that's actually doing that. They're actually paying benefits out of the trust.
They fully funded?
Oh, God, no.
I was gonna say, who would that be?
Mm.
There's
No,
a
it's-
couple.
There's
Oh,
only
yeah?
one. There's only one.
Well, yeah.
I know it's-
Wellesley and who else, Dan?
Wellesley is fully funded only because they did a Prop 2.5 override. They did a POB. No, they did a 2.5 override. They fully funded it with a 2.5 override. Wellesley did.
Wow.
Oh,
So they're still making payments, but it's running through the real estate taxes.
Do you earn interest on that?
Oh, yeah, it's the money's with the state.
Fund.
Yeah,
That's to stay with the fund, though, right?
just grows in the fund.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it can't go to the general fund, that's to stay in the trust.
so could we use it almost like an endowment that we take, a certain percent of the annual increase?
You could.
Yes.
To offset chart.
What happens if there's a decrease?
Well, you gotta put it back.
We're gonna have to tap into it.
Well,
Yeah.
someday you ought to anyway.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, so if you leave it alone and leave the OPEB in, we're gonna stay within the 10% of our objective or not?
Nah, not even close.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
The
Let me bring that,
reserves.
yeah, let me bring that up.
And then Ed's late for his other meeting now.
Well, they haven't called me yet. I probably won't get on until 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
So we're running a deficit of roughly $4 million into the future. And we run out of money in
29.
29. End of 29, we're done.
Yep. And just slide down a little bit. What's the percent of reserves?
Let's see, go from 11 to 8 to 5, and then
Yeah. So next year projected, we're gonna be down to 8. Got it. That's what I wanted to see.
yeah, 8.3.
Okay. Oh, boy. Nope, you're back. That's all right.
Yeah,
We need more revenue. Need less spending.
common theme, yeah. So are we comfortable with this, or should I wait for Kevin to tell me something about the Voc?
I don't know. I mean, across the whole budget, it's not that substantial, right? Plus or
No,
minus 800. I
Yeah.
guess it's something.
Yeah.
If you raise the income by $1 million, things look a lot different.
what I do, I still have local receipts at 11.
All right, we don't see this, the sharing anymore. I don't know that we have to, or I don't, but
And where are we on annually? We haven't gone up to the full 2.5 annually, right?
Yeah.
We have,
yeah, there's a couple of years.
There's no capacity. Yes.
there's no capacity.
No, if there's, it might be $20,000,
Mhm.
Okay,
and that's rounding.
yeah, okay.
When you calculate the taxes. It's basically zero.
We've gone to the max the past couple of years.
Yes, it might be like 3 or 4 years ago was when we started going to the max. That prior to that, we were
Slight-
$500,000.
Slightly under.
And there's no way to recoup those prior year
No.
You
capacity.
you can go above 2.5 to capture it, but once you've captured it, you cap the 2.5.
So you can go get it.
And we have.
Yeah, what is it, excess or something, this term
The
for it?
excess-
Yeah, you can raise
excess
the levy. Right.
Excess levy capacity.
But there's no more.
Gonna be peanuts for 26.
Yeah.
So Dan, if you change local receipts to 11.5, what's that do for the reserve?
Not much.
Yeah. It's the only thing that in my opinion, would remotely change, because we're not gonna get anything more from the state.
8.6.
Yep,
This is
okay.
8.3.
So the discussion,
To 30 instead of 29.
Yeah, so the big thing that was changed was taking out the trash fee,
Mhm.
do it all.
well, yeah, the interest gained came out, and then the trash fee came out. But the interest gained was already out.
And the health was changed.
The health change, yep. Okay,
All right, so we're gonna leave it 11.5.
I only wanted to see it. It's up to the group. You
I
know,
think
that's
that's-
$1 million, and that's $1.4 million below. It's probably not. I don't know.
I mean,
But-
I still go back to
I know.
the investment income was 2.5 million. 2.2 of that was the high school money. That's gonna go away.
Yeah, motor vehicles is creeping up, but not at a significant increase.
No. We're not buying enough new cars.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over,
Expensive.
they're all over $50,000. That's why. All right. Back to
Um,
doom and gloom.
And I'm gonna make it just 11.
Yep.
I
And
just
is the,
don't, I
is the
just don't,
OPEB still in there or is that out also?
no, I left it in.
Good.
And remind me on the power stuff, where have we captured all of that or?
Oh, the power company, tax base, power company line, the new line. Yeah, that's in the tax base. That was a big thank you a few years earlier. It was a one-time spike and now it's embedded or something to that effect.
Was it a few years? Cause it seemed to me like forever it was coming, it was coming, it was coming.
More than 1 or 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
I think last year
One time.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, now it's part of the base, but yeah.
Yeah, Don, I think it's right here, a big piece that is in 22. And then I think the rest of it hit us in 24, 2.5 million in new
Okay.
construction in 24. That's when we got the power line fully in.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I wonder, actually on new growth, actually I knocked 300,000 off of new growth because we really don't have that much in the pipeline right now. It's probably still a good number.
Yeah, looking back at 21 and yeah.
Yeah, I think 1,500,000 is probably where we'll be for a while. All right,
That's-
I'm gonna hit the save button.
That's a little high, Dan.
That is high, Dan.
Which
What,
one was that?
I would think.
New growth,
new growth is not gonna be that high?
no.
Yeah, we got a new building inspector. The old guy used to pull rabbits out of his hat, I guess.
So you're saying, what do you think for 27? 1,300,000, 1,400,000 even?
Dan, you used to be happy with 1,000,000.
I know. That's the old days.
Times have changed.
I would probably say it's probably gonna be closer to the 25 number.
Yeah, 1.
1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, you're killing me.
Don't forget, Dan, their numbers always, we always come in better than their numbers because they're always,
Assessors are very overly conservative.
thank you. I was looking for the proper term. Well, I didn't have that one, but I do now.
Okay, I'll put in 1,200,000 just to be
Split the
optimistic.
baby. There you go.
So do we put fees back on the table for review?
Yes.
I think you should, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's, should I throw something in for the tri-board meeting about trash fees or other income? In the
Well,
comments?
Well, I was talking about building fees, the fee schedule that we have for everything that has fees.
Oh,
Right.
everything. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Before you get to the trash fee, you gotta go.
Before-
down.
yeah.
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 So
Yeah, I wouldn't go changing the PowerPoints without talking to D. Just because I know your team has helped put it together. I don't want to.
I did send an email to, about the parentheses around the 3.5 and that there could be updates to Dan's slides. So we'll see.
Okay. So do we need the parentheses on that?
Mm. I don't think that was not intentional.
One had it and one didn't though.
Right.
Did you take them both out? Never mind.
I,
It's not that important.
no, one had it's not supposed to be on either, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, that's what can,
Now I'm confused.
yeah, because we didn't get negative.
No,
It was positive both.
yeah,
one was smaller than the other.
so the 3.5 had parentheses around it.
We could double check, but I'm pretty sure
Is that an
Yeah.
assessment number? I don't even know what the slide was. I'm
Net
sorry.
state aid.
that state aid. So
Year
what
over
it is the cherry sheet less the
Yeah.
assessments. What was our net,
net increase of state aid,
Yes,
which should be positive.
correct.
right.
Which
Yes.
should be positive.
Yes, the 3.5,
Yeah.
the parentheses was around the 3.5.
Yeah, yeah. I read it over and one had parentheses, one
Yeah,
did.
that was good.
I was confused.
No,
That's what happens when I'm left alone in front of a computer.
no, that was a good catch.
All right, I'm good. I'm not good, but I think we're, the rest, anybody else?
There were a ton of years where we didn't go up to the full 2.5%. There's no way to go back and capture any of that.
No,
No.
There's just money left on the table.
it's gone.
And I think we looked at that one time and it was like $6 million.
Yeah.
Because we did it over a period of 7 or 8, 10 years.
Mhm. Yep.
That, yeah, once you pass that year, you can't go back and grab it.
Right.
You can grab it the next year, which we have done, but the year you missed out, you don't get that.
So
All right,
then theoretically would need 3.9 of free cash, right? To balance that future budget.
Yeah,
This year we used over 4 million to balance said budget. Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Not pretty.
No.
All right, I
In-
hit the save button.
Increased fees everywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
is there any way to predict what our final end of cash, I mean, cash on hand at end of year is going to look like to see if we can get to that?
Well,
3.9?
Well, right now, for fiscal year 26, I have a year end of 10,429,000. And by the way, Kevin, I just have 1,500,000 being returned from departments and budgets and so forth.
There it is.
Yeah, I remember, yeah, Jim, you were focused on, we had some big numbers back here. For 25, a lot of money came back. But right now I only got 1,500,000 and then 500,000 going out.
Yeah. I'm always comfortable with another 500,000 on that line, but I'm not gonna twist your arm.
Those are returns from budgets, Dan?
Mhm.
Yeah, end of year change.
Yeah, as you as the health insurance budget
Yeah,
gets
The
squeezed.
balloon from the health insurance goes down. I get it. But look at those numbers, 2, 4, 3.5, 6.6 is silly, but that was the interest. That was the health insurance, I believe.
A lot of, and some came from the overlay account.
Yeah, 500,000.
That's
from
right,
overlay.
one-time overlay.
There was a big tax title
Seven.
payment, about 900,000. Closed out a couple dormant accounts, it was about 600,000. So last year was about $2 million in one-time revenue.
Right.
That we closed out, so.
Can you give me another million there, Dan? What's it look like? I mean, look at the numbers.
If I give you another 1,000,000 here,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you go to 2.5,
it gets us up to 12 at the end of 25, then 88 at 27.
yeah,
Still.
doesn't move the needle for 27.
No, it
really.
does, not much.
So Dan, that change, is that both revenue and expense? Like actual versus
Yeah,
budgeted revenue?
right. It's, all the department stuff that comes back in, the overlay account, all that that 2 million one-time stuff. It's all the money we get back at end of the fiscal year that the departments don't spend.
Right.
And some of
Healthcare,
some of the unforeseens, if there was one-time things.
reserve, for example, reserve. We didn't spend all the reserve budget. That money gets thrown in here too.
Right.
So just so I understand this correctly, so we finished 2025 with 13 million in free cash roughly.
Yep.
So at town meeting, we just authorized the $4 million
Right.
expenditure. So if we
Yep.
were to look at free cash today, it's 9 million.
Which he's showing you right on the screen. So with these projections, so the 4 million came out. And then he puts 2.5 back, and that's where you got the 11. Yep.
But if we were to look at it today, halfway through the year,
Exactly.
it's at 9 million.
You're right.
At 8,929,000.
And then at the end of the year, you take whatever was, you end up with free cash at the end of the year, say it's 9 million. Then you start looking at your budgeted to actual
Yep.
revenues and expenditures. And anything positive would add to it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's us. That's true. Part of that 6.6 million is local receipts above expectation,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
which is a big number because the investments on the high school bond money.
I mean, I hate the scenario analysis all day on this, but like, could we ever get to a position where, you know, revenue equals expenses and then there's, you know, pretty much no free cash needed to close the books at the end of the year? I mean, like close to like FY 24 or FY 21.
You mean to go into town meeting with a balanced budget?
Correct.
No structural deficit.
No deficit spending, exactly.
Right.
I mean,
Can you? Yeah. Two ways of that equation though, right?
You have to get up at town meeting and,
And cut services.
right, we'd have to reduce all the budgets, a total of $4 million.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have to use free cash.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Beat the drum the other way, get more state aid that you're entitled to. But yeah. You know, we budget we budget and there's a deficit every time we do this, which is not the way it should be.
yeah.
No.
I mean, personal budget wise, like if we were, I feel like I would want to budget according to how much money I'm anticipated to get in, you know?
Right.
And then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Liz and I,
And
that was
we
the
get-
first thing Liz said when she got here. We start with should start with the income.
Yeah.
If we get it.
Something like that, Liz, right?
I did. I'm still asking Kevin, we don't have a revenue plan here? What?
I feel like every year we sweat all year long until the very end, and then we're like, wow, we're so lucky at the end
The
of.
rabbit out of the hat.
And instead, the other way, it should be like we should be cool as a cucumber all year long because, you know, we're, you know, prudent about our budgeting. And then at the end, we're like happily surprised, you know, and like we can then take excess, you know, get to that 15% possibly. Or like the following year, or whatever, increase some of these things that we should be you know, saving up for,
Yeah.
OPEB, whatever else, our endowment, our town endowment.
What'd you say they are? They're conservative? What was the term you used for me earlier?
well, when you submit your tax recap and you estimate your local receipts for the state, they want you to be conservative.
Yes.
Realistic.
They,
There's dictates on that.
if you borrow, if you think you're gonna get $3 million in motor vehicle excise, they want you to come in at, they want you to put down 2.5
Yeah.
instead of 3. Or 2.
Even if you know you're gonna get it too.
Exactly.
Well, I spent 3 years and 6 hours of my life arguing with him and Steve about that same subject. And finally they beat it into my head to give it the full understanding.
Recap, you have to notes to explain everything, you
Yeah.
know, it's crazy.
And to your question earlier, your statement earlier, I look at it on a broader basis. If all the department heads thought we were gonna be cool as a cucumber, one might be concerned that people would spend indiscriminately and do things that they necessarily shouldn't do. Yeah, because people are people.
Mhm.
So if you take the other position where, holy shit, the sky is falling, I think that's too extreme, but those are sort of my two.
Yeah,
Sure.
I try to get myself to a better place because I don't like coming back every spring and saying, oh, we were so worried and now we're in such great shape. It's an old record, but I'm willing to, it's not my problem. It's just, how do we get to a different spot?
Right.
Yeah. So, anywho, we try to come in with a balanced budget, as Liz said earlier. That's the objective of the whole team, right? Every time.
Some departments would not.
No, and then you,
Enjoy that.
as Stefan said and Dan said, so you have an inflated budget and you get 3% over the inflated budget, and we've inflated it at X times over 10 years and should be able to manage this place no problem.
But they're not extravagant budgets. I don't see.
Well, yeah.
It's a revenue problem. That's how I'm looking.
State revenue problem.
Yeah, and I think, we gotta maximize the local receipts as best we can. I take a look at the fee stuff.
Mhm.
If this Municipal Empowerment Act gets passed, we gotta think about that as well.
I just feel like the Municipal Empowerment Act is just a kick in the can right into my face instead of giving me the state level money that people should
is.
be entitled to.
No, it absolutely is. It's,
You know?
the state has, this MMA report that came out, it just shows, the unrestricted general government aid, it's nothing,
It's, yeah.
nothing over the last 20 years.
The earmarks and the needs that get done at Beacon Hill and that I read about in my little phone, it's painful. Anyway,
They're presenting that MMA report. at
There's a huge, yeah,
the tri-board meeting. It's
yeah,
Jonathan-
it's worth reading,
there's segments in the slides,
yeah.
but I don't know if I got the full report. I meant to ask,
And it isn't even state aid. Statewide for communities. It's what Steve has beaten the drum on forever, that Wakefield isn't getting its fair share.
correct.
That, we're so far below. Steve had the slide, I forget.
Yeah.
That, all our surrounding communities, we were like the lowest.
Yeah, it was like 11% or something.
Compared to.
Yeah.
I think per pupil, Saugus is getting $9,000 more
Yeah.
per student.
Yeah,
Which is,
per student.
which is.
That's a shitload of money.
a huge number.
Mhm.
Yeah, formulas have to be re-examined. I heard that they were, in a long term, they're gonna be looking at that chapter 70 formula.
Yeah, so Lewis, I read about it and I want to go back to it. They were doing some open Q&A for the formula or something. I don't know if anybody saw that.
No.
Jason Lewis, that is, the senator.
Yeah.
They were taking public input.
Yeah,
There are gonna be 5 opportunities to do that. Like so many things I read and then it doesn't get committed to my memory and I don't put it in my calendar, but there was opportunity to, like Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
yeah, they are
it's the-
looking at that. It's not something that's gonna happen
Some
next
schedule.
year. No, it's gonna take a while. They'll study it.
But I thought that was scheduling to get some public input.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. Dan, you
Alright.
good?
Well, I'm good with the spreadsheet. I'm not good with the numbers, but
No, I get it. Neither am I.
Did you?
yeah. Okay, I'll leave
Couple more
you.
items on the agenda.
Dan, there's just a couple of items on the agenda still. Sorry, you want to finish what you were saying? I didn't mean to
Oh,
interrupt.
no, Go ahead.
So there were minutes of April 9th to approve. So those would be minutes that I don't have in front of me, but from our previous forecasting meeting, I would assume. So,
Do we have them?
I don't know who's gonna.
yeah, I would say Steve wrote them up in, this wasn't in Govenda, right?
Right, I think I know it.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, April 9th. So I had the meeting minutes. So you found that in Govenda?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't look at
Yeah.
Govenda today.
Yeah,
So,
I have-
so
yeah,
you
I-
want to talk about that, Dan?
Yeah, so, so I looked at the minutes and I was fine with what was written up, so, for the committee members, we just need a motion to approve in a second.
So it's Dawn and, it's you three, Dawn and Ed. So
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
April 9th minutes.
And any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye,
Aye.
I,
Unanimous.
unanimous.
Committee comments? Anybody?
Happy to join the team.
There you go.
There you go. Very good. Yeah, welcome. So I think the only last thing that I need is a motion to adjourn.
Good. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
second,
All those in favor, stand up.
Aye.
Dan,
Yeah, Liz,
Thanks, Dan.
Sherry will await your updated slides.
I'm gonna do it right now because otherwise I might forget.
Okay, so she will wait for those, so.
Yep, I'm gonna say as soon as I hang up on this call, this Zoom session, I'm gonna go ahead and do them.
Sounds good, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Anybody else want to see the revised version of the slides? I can send it to the group.
That'd be good. And send us the updated spreadsheet like you normally would to everybody here.
I can do that.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Thank you all.
See ya.
All right. All right, good night.
And everyone.